What if I told you that one of nature's most dazzling displays is built on a foundation of lies, and that female peacocks are in on the secret? Picture a peacock in full display. Iridescent tail fanned wide, shimmering eye spots catching the light, a living jewel in the forest clearing. For centuries, we believed this visual spectacle was everything. But hidden beneath the beauty is a vocal trick, a fake mating call that males use to lure females closer. And surprisingly, females use it to test them. It sounds like something out of a spy thriller, but this is real animal behavior. And it reveals something profound about how evolution shapes not just appearance, but deception. Let's start with what we thought we knew. The peacock's tail has long been the star of the show. Charles Darwin himself wrestled with it. How could such an extravagant, cumbersome trait evolve? His answer was sexual selection. Females choose males with the most impressive displays. But what if the tail is only part of the story? What if the real conversation happens in the sounds we barely notice? In the wild, during mating season, male peacocks don't just stand there looking pretty. They make noise, specifically, a loud, far-carrying call known as the hoot dash. It's a two-part performance. First, the male gives a series of resonant hoots, then he shivers his tail feathers, creating a rustling sound. For years, biologists assumed this was his way of saying, "Here I am." Look how magnificent. But when researchers started recording and analyzing these calls, they noticed something strange. Sometimes the hoots didn't match the situation. They were out of sync. Almost like a recording, that's when the discovery came. Peacocks were faking it. They were producing a specific call known as the copulation call at the wrong time. In bird behavior, a copulation call is what a male typically gives during or right after mating. It's a signal that says, "Success!" But these males were giving the call before any female was even close. Why would they do that? Think of it like a marketing trick. If you're walking through a market and hear people cheering about a product, you're more likely to check it out. That's what the peacock is doing. By broadcasting a fake success signal, he creates the illusion that other females are already interested. It's a form of social proof, a way to make himself seem more desirable. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. The females aren't fooled, at least not completely. When researchers observed female peahens, they found that the birds would often approach a male who was giving the fake call, but they wouldn't necessarily mate with him. Instead, they seemed to be using the deception as a test. If a male was bold enough to fake it and skilled enough to back it up with a genuinely impressive display, then he might be worth their time. If not, they'd move on. This creates a delicate dance of bluff and counterbluff. The male lies to get attention. The female investigates the lie to gauge his quality. It's not just about beauty, it's about audacity, confidence, and the ability to manipulate perception. And this isn't just a quirky peacock trait. Deceptive signaling shows up across the animal kingdom. For example, some fireflies mimic the mating flashes of other species to lure them in as prey. Certain orchids look and smell like female bees to attract male pollinators. But in those cases, the deception is predatory or parasitic. With peacocks, it's more like strategic advertising, an exaggeration of the truth rather than a total fabrication. So why has this behavior evolved? Because in a competitive mating market, sometimes honesty isn't the best policy. If all males displayed their true qualities equally, the playing field would be level. But when some males start cheating with fake signals, they gain a temporary advantage. Then, females evolve to see through the cheat, which pushes males to become better liars or to back up their lies with real quality. It's an arms race of persuasion. This also helps explain why peacock displays are so complex. It's not enough to have a big tail. You also need the right calls, the right moves, and the right timing. A male who can coordinate his visual and vocal signals, even if one of them is deceptive, shows higher cognitive ability. He's not just a pretty face, he's a strategist. In the end, the peacock's beauty and his lies are two sides of the same coin. Both are tools in the high-stakes game of reproduction. And what seems like a simple story of bright feathers and choosy females is actually a nuanced drama of truth, illusion, and the endless creativity of evolution. What other animal do you think uses sneaky strategies to get what it wants? Let me know in the comments. Your suggestion could be the focus of our next deep dive into the wild world of animal behavior.